Do you have any questions? Any queries you have?
No, sir.
Okay. मेरी स्क्रीन दिख रही है सबको?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today we will talk about total number of registers. How many total number of registers we have? Yes, everyone pay attention now. Now here if you see now, we need to count how many total registers we have. Okay. Now ARM has 37 registers, all of which 32 bits long. So this is important point. So total there are 37 registers. Total there are 37 registers. I mean to say that including all the operating modes. Okay. So we need to identify how 37 registers are there. I mean to say that what are these 37 registers? These 37 registers are split into, number one, you have only one dedicated program counter. You have only one dedicated program counter. It is said as PC, or you can say it is as R15. R15. Okay, R15. So there is only one dedicated program counter. Number two, you have only one dedicated current program status register. So that is called as CPSR. We have only one dedicated program current program status register, CPSR. Then we have 5 dedicated saved program status register. That is called as SPSR. How many are there? They are 5. Total 5 are there. And 30 general purpose registers. So this is said as GPRS, general purpose registers. So how many are there? They are 30. So 30 plus 5, 35 plus 1, 36, 36 plus 1, 37. So we get total 37. Okay. Now we will be counting now. ये counting important है because बच्चों को समझते नहीं है. Students doesn't understand how 37 registers are there. Okay. So we need to count. We need to actually see how this 37 number comes to be. Okay. I will just show you the. Okay. So we are going to see how this registers are counted. Okay, how these registers are counted. Now here, if you see, we will count now total number of registers. Now I will be showing you how this, we have one CPSR. Okay, we have one program counter. So if I see these program counter are one and the same. These program counter are one and the same. So I will say only one program counter. Only one program counter. If you see this CPSR, this is also one. This is also one. So we have one CPSR. If you see at the bottom side, this is SPSR underscore CVC. This is SPSR underscore abort. This is SPSR underscore undefined. This is SPSR underscore IRQ. And this is SPSR underscore FIQ. So total how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 SPSR. You have 5 SPSR. So we need to count how many general purpose registers we have now. Okay, we need to count how many general purpose registers are there. Now the general purpose registers we will see how. Now you need to see here from R0 to R7, they are one and the same. From R0 to R7, they are one and the same. Okay, they are one and the same. Okay, so I would say these are total 8 registers. R0 to R7 I'm talking about. Okay, then we will see here that is from R8 to R12. They are one and the same. R8 to R12. So how many total there are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 more addition. Okay, 5 more additional. Then you can see here R13 and R14, they are different. Okay, they are different. So R13 and 14, so they are total 2. Then the one banked register, if you see properly, so we need to count them. Okay, so I'm counting the bank registers here now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So these are 15. These are 15. Okay, so I think I have covered everything. Okay, no single register is left now, so we need to take the count of this. Okay, so it comes to be 5 plus 5, 10, 10 plus 10, 20. So 2 plus 1 is 30. So I have 30 general purpose registers. Now these general purpose registers include R13, R14, and R15. I'm not considering R13, R14, 15 as a special function register, even though they are the special function registers, but they will be treated as a general purpose. Okay, because हमको total count करना है. Okay, अगर आपको वैसे अगर अलग से लेना है, तो you can treat this 30 GPRS, you can treat this as 27 GPRS, and 3 will be your special function registers. Okay, आप वैसा भी कर सकते हो, because R13, R14, R15 they are special function. So you can treat as 27 GPRS and 3 special function registers, or in total you can consider 30 GPRS. So how much it comes to be? 30 plus 5 is 35, 36, 37. So you have 37 registers. ये I have counted this purposely because students को नहीं समझ में आता कि how 37 are the registers. So this is how you have to see registers now. This is how you have to see the registers. Is it clear to everyone? Shall I proceed further? इसमें किसको डाउट है? This is very important. किसी को डाउट है इसमें?
No, sir.
Okay. So we will proceed further now. So again I am saying you have one program counter, you have one. देखो अब यहाँ पे मैंने one program counter किया है. Okay. So that means the PC, that is R12. तो इसको अगर आपको नहीं करना है तो अलग से आप कर सकते हो. ओके, बट इट्स बेटर यू फॉलो दिस जो मैंने आपको बताया. देयर वोंट बी एनी कंफ्यूजन. वन प्रोग्राम काउंटर. Okay, so you have one program counter, one CPSR, 5 SPSR, 30 GPRS, that is 37 total registers we have. Okay, so how 30 GPRS? I have already told you. These are 8, then these are 5, then banked registers are total, they are 22. Okay, and 15. So bank registers are 15, I think, and the other registers which we have counted is 15. So it comes to be 30. So total 30 GPRS. So this is how we have got total 37 registers. We will proceed further now. So I hope now everything is clear now. Everything is crystal clear. आपको सब समझ में है. What is bank registers? What is unbanked registers? What is CPSR? What is SPSR? Okay, what are the different modes? What is privileged mode? What is unprivileged mode? What is exception modes? When do we go to the exception modes? Okay, so everything we have understood now. We can proceed further. We will see the other part. Okay, so I was talking about this. So we have got this total 37 registers. Okay, so the next thing is the current processor mode governs which of several banks is accessible. Each mode can access a particular set of R0 to R12. So this is what already I have explained you. R0 to R12 registers. A particular R13. See now, R13 is called as stack pointer, SP. And you are familiar with the stack pointer. We have already studied what do you mean by stack pointer. while explaining you 8051. Okay, stack pointer. So there we have studied. Again, I will just revise what is stack pointer. Okay, in the next slide. So you have a particular R13 as a stack pointer, that is called as SP. Then you have R14 as a link register. You have a link register. Okay, so R14 is called as a link register, and the program counter, that is called as R15 PC, that is called as a program counter. Okay, so the current program status register, that is CPSR. So see that the last point, the privilege mode except system can also access a particular CPSR, saved program status register. Okay, so if you see that system and user mode are sharing the same registers, and these two modes do not have SPSR. These two modes do not have the SPSR, they have CPSR only. They have a CPSR. Okay, so this is the explanation of the particular table. Now we will proceed to the next point. Okay, now only 16 registers are visible to a specific mode. A particular set of R0 to R12, ये हमने देखा है कि how many visible registers we have, या फिर how many freshly registers we have, या फिर how many banked registers we have, and how many unbanked registers we have. Okay, so we will be talking about the R12, R13 stack pointer, R14 link register, and R15, that is a program counter. Okay, now here to explain you about this concept, we will see one by one. That is R13. It is called as a stack pointer. Now stack pointer, what do you mean by stack? The stack is a temporary storage. The stack is a temporary storage. Okay, so whenever you go from main program to the subroutine program, this is called as subroutine program. See, this is not a new concept. Already I've explained you in 805. So if this is your main program, so while execution, okay, while execution of the program, you are because of this interrupt, because of some interrupt, okay, because of some interrupt, or not because of interrupt, there is some instruction written because of which you are going from main program to the subroutine program. Okay, so if I am going from one main program to the subroutine program, okay, then after this instruction, the next instruction का जो भी address है, that has to be saved somewhere. That has to be saved somewhere, and that is saved in the stack pointer. Now, sorry, this is saved into the stack. Stack is a temporary storage. So this address, suppose the address is XX, so this return address is stored in the stack. That is written, that is stored into the stack. Okay, so your program counter, आपको पता है program counter क्या करता है? Program counter will have the address of the next instruction which has to be executed. Program counter will always store the address of the next instruction which will be executed. Okay, तो ये execution हुआ, ये execution होने के बाद, यानी ये इंस्ट्रक्शन में ऐसा हुआ कि मुझे जंप करना पड़ा सब रूटीन प्रोग्राम में. ओके, अदरवाइज प्रोग्राम काउंटर पे एक्सेस आता था, क्योंकि ये इंस्ट्रक्शन के बाद मुझे एग्जीक्यूट करना पड़ता था. लेकिन ऐसा नहीं हुआ, प्रोग्राम काउंटर पे कौन सा एड्रेस चला गया? ये एड्रेस. सपोज ये एड्रेस है YY, तो मेरे प्रोग्राम काउंटर पे जो पहले इसका एड्रेस था ये इंस्ट्रक्शन का, उसके बाद YY एड्रेस चला गया. लेकिन एक्चुअली XX एग्जीक्यूट होना चाहिए था, तो XX जो रिटर्न एड्रेस है, that will be saved into the stack. ओके, मैंने आपको पढ़ाया था 8051 में कि अगर हम मेन प्रोग्राम से सब रूटीन प्रोग्राम में जाते हैं तो क्या क्या चीजें होती है. So I want everyone to revise that. Okay, so R13 will hold that stack pointer address. R13 will hold that stack pointer address. Okay, so the next one is R14. That is your link register. Now this link register is also the same concept from subroutine, because while executing the main program, and if I jump from main program to the subroutine program, okay, whatever you are storing, the return address XX is the return address, XX is the return address. This return address is nothing but your link register. The address of a link that will be saved in the link register R14. ओके, यानी मुझे बाद में ये सब रूटीन प्रोग्राम में जब प्रोग्राम में बाकी के एग्जीक्यूट करूंगा इंस्ट्रक्शन, तब वो सब रूटीन प्रोग्राम में आई हैव 1 2 3 4 5 इंस्ट्रक्शंस आ गए. 5 इंस्ट्रक्शन होने के बाद आई हैव टू कम बैक टू द नेक्स्ट इंस्ट्रक्शन. यहाँ पे आना है मुझे. So this is called as a link register. This is called as a link register. Okay. So your link register will have always the return address. XX will have the return address. Okay. So that is your R14. And the next one is about R15, which is already you are familiar with, your program counter. Your program counter, again I am saying, your program counter will always hold the address of the next instruction which has to be executed. Okay. For example, 001 में एक इंस्ट्रक्शन है, 003 में एक इंस्ट्रक्शन है, 004 में एक इंस्ट्रक्शन है. आपका प्रोग्राम काउंटर हमेशा अपडेटेड होता है. प्रोग्राम काउंटर में पहले 001 जाएगा, तब जाके ये इंस्ट्रक्शन एग्जीक्यूट होगा. फिर तुरंत पीसी आपका अपडेट होगा 003. 002 नहीं जाएगा क्योंकि ये इंस्ट्रक्शन ने 2 बाइट खाए. ये इंस्ट्रक्शन ने जब 2 बाइट खाता है तो वो 003 पे जाता है. तो आपका पीसी अपडेट होता है 003 पे. तो आपके असेंबलर को पता चलता है कि 003 पे जो इंस्ट्रक्शन है वो मुझे एग्जीक्यूट करना है, तो उसके बाद ये इंस्ट्रक्शन वो एग्जीक्यूट करता है. बाद में प्रोग्राम काउंटर फिर से अपडेट होता है 004 पे. फिर से 004 पे अपडेट होने के बाद फिर से वो नेक्स्ट 004 पे जो इंस्ट्रक्शन है वो एग्जीक्यूट करता है. फिर से अगर 00 नेक्स्ट अगर मैं ले रहा हूँ 6, ओके, तो 00 प्रोग्राम काउंटर फिर से अपडेट करता है 006 पे. वो 005 नहीं लेगा क्योंकि ये इंस्ट्रक्शन ने 2 बाइट खा लिए. ये इंस्ट्रक्शन ने 2 बाइट खा लिए. तो डिपेंडिंग अपॉन दैट इंस्ट्रक्शन हाउ मेनी बाइट इट इज कंज्यूमिंग, your program counter will update the address of the next instruction which has to be executed. So always your program counter will be updated with the address of the next instruction to be executed. That is the mean. Okay. So this is the concept of R15. Okay. So we have seen about the R13, R14, and R15, which are the special function registers. Okay. So these are the stack pointer. R13, R14 is a link register, and R15 is a program counter. Okay, and you have CPSR. We can proceed further now. See, if you have any questions, please मुझे वहाँ पे stop करके you please ask me. Okay, this is the same thing. Okay, so I am not going to explain this. जो मैंने पहले सिखाया था that is the same thing. Okay, यहाँ पे वही दिखा रहा है कि user mode. Okay, so I am not going to waste my time for explaining this. This is the same what we have studied in the previous slide. This one, different modes and registers. So these are the name of different register operating modes which already we have studied. Okay. So here this is called as a register organization summary. जो अब तक हमने पढ़ा है उसका summary है. If you see properly now, okay, you can see that in the first column you have user and system mode, that is R0 to R15. You see R13 is SP, R14 is LR, and R15 is CPSR. And you can also see there is a CPSR, but there is no saved program status register. There is no SPSR. In the first column I'm talking about. It implies that your SPSR is not available with the user mode as well as it is not available for the system mode. Okay. The reason behind, all of you please pay attention what I'm saying. Why user and system mode do not have SPSR? Only because you cannot go from user mode to user mode, or else you cannot go from user mode into the system mode. What I mean to say that system mode, even though we go to the system mode, but we are sharing the same register as with the user mode. We are sharing the same register as in the user mode. So other than user and system mode, or जब बाकी की जब मोड्स हम देखते हैं, कंसिडर करते हैं, तो हम ये सोच के चलते हैं कि हम यूजर मोड से या फिर सिस्टम मोड से हम दूसरे मोड में जा रहे हैं। और जब हम दूसरे मोड में जाते हैं, दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ इंटरप्ट और एक्सेप्शन। तो हम जब कभी दूसरे मोड में जाते हैं, then I should have SPSR. Then I should have SPSR. That is why here we have SPSR, here we have SPSR, here also we have, here also we have, here also we have. We do not have SPSR for user mode and system mode. Okay, so that is the meaning here. So we will see now. Okay, so this is the one. See, the other parts are not shown because they are one and the same. R0 to R7 is not shown because they are not the fresh registers. They are the same registers as available in the user mode, but these are the fresh registers, which is also called as banked registers. Okay, which are called as banked registers. In interrupt request, these are the banked registers. In supervisory mode, these are the banked registers. In undefined mode, we have a banked register. In abort mode, we have a banked register. Okay, and all other things remain the same. Okay, so if here if I talk about, it is R0 to R12, here also R0 to R12, here also R0 to R12, here also it is R0 to R12, and here we have R0 to R7. Okay, so this is not new, this is what we have already studied. So I will proceed further. Okay, now we will see what is the program counter. Already we have studied, just revise. So program counter is what? It stores the address of the instruction to be executed. All instructions are 32-bit wide and word aligned. Last 2 bits of program counter are undefined. Okay, so here some additional thing is there, that you know that every register is of 32-bit. Every register is of 32-bit, as well as all instructions are of 32-bit wide. Okay, so as far as program counter are concerned, program counter or R15 is concerned, okay, last 2 bits of program counter are undefined. Okay, इसका मतलब होता है कि you know that your R15 is size of R15 is 32 bit, that is 0 to 31. 0 to 31. In this 0 to 31, last 2 bits, that is bit number 30 and bit number 31, these are undefined. These are undefined. Only these many bits are used for as far as R15 is concerned. Okay, इसलिए लास्ट में क्या लिखा है? Last 2 bits of program counter are undefined. Okay, they are undefined. Only so in that case we can say only the 29 bits are used for program counter. Okay, that is the meaning. So we will see the next part. Okay. Now we are at the stage to understand what do you mean by program status register. Now program status register, I am saying in general. I'm not saying CPSR, I'm not saying SPSR, because CPSR and SPSR format is the same. CPSR and SPSR format is the same. So that is why in general we say program status register, PSR. लेकिन मुझे अगर डिफरेंशिएट करना है तो आई वुड से करंट प्रोग्राम स्टेटस रजिस्टर या फिर सेव्ड प्रोग्राम स्टेटस रजिस्टर, और आपको पता है दोनों का डिफरेंस क्या है. ओके, so you have understood the difference also. Now we will be talking about program status register in general, that is applicable for CPSR as well as it is applicable for SPSR. Okay, and this is the format in front of you. This is the format in front of you. Now in this format, if you see properly, the size of your PSR is of 32 bit. That is from 0 to 31. That is from 0 to 31. Okay. Now this program status register, if you see carefully, we will be able to understand the CPSR. Okay, when we divide these CPSR bits into different categories. Okay, when you divide the CPSR into different categories. Okay, for example, if you see carefully now, if you see carefully, you will be able to understand that this CPSR are having some higher bits and some lower bits. They are having some higher bits and they are having some lower bits. Okay. Now, if you see carefully, these are the lower bits. These are the lower bits and these are the higher bits. So I can split my CPSR into two categories. Okay. These are the lower bits. These are the lower bits. So how many lower bits we are utilizing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 lower bits. And how many higher bits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 higher bits. Okay, 5 higher bits. So we will see what is this two different, the the grouping of bits. They are called as what? The grouping of bits. Okay. Now, as far as this portion is concerned, okay, this portion is concerned, these bits altogether are called as control bits. They are called as control bits. Control bits. Okay, they are called as control bits. So why they are called as control bits, we will see. Okay, we will see. Now these bottom 8 bits, already we have counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these bottom 8 bits of status register will be having which important bits? They will be having total 5 bits. Now we will be able to see which bits are they. Okay, so I'm going to rub this part. आपको एक बात पता चली कि all together these are called as control bits. Now we will see individual bits. Okay, so as far as M0 to M4 are concerned, as far as M0 to M4 are concerned, they are called as mode bits. ये क्या मैं आपको क्या सिखा रहा हूँ? मैं आपको सिखा रहा हूँ प्रोग्राम स्टेटस रजिस्टर. ये प्रोग्राम स्टेटस रजिस्टर क्या बताता है? आपको स्टेटस बताता है कौन से मोड में हो, क्या ऑपरेशन करने के बाद आपका कैरी फ्लैग में क्या हुआ है. बिकॉज प्रोग्राम स्टेटस वर्ड जो हमने 8051 में पढ़ा था वही कंसेप्ट प्रोग्राम स्टेटस रजिस्टर आर्म में भी है. ओके ओके, तो वहां पे हाउ मेनी बिट्स वे देयर? वहां पे बिट्स कम थे, यहाँ पे बिट ज्यादा है. ओके, so we need to see what are the individual bits. What are the individual bits? Okay, now if you see carefully, these lower bits, okay, M0, M1, M2, M3 and M4, they are called as mode bits. They are called as mode bits. Okay, now why they are called as mode bits? Because it will reflect कि हम कौन से मोड में है. So you know there are total 7 modes are there. There are 7 modes are there. Okay, operating modes are there. So total 7 operating modes में से हम जिस मोड में रहेंगे वो ये बिट्स रिफ्लेक्ट करेंगे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर मेरा M0 से लेके M4 अगर बिट्स है मेरे 1 0 0 0 0, टोटल कितने बिट्स हो गए? 1 2 3 4 5 बिट्स. और ये मेरे M0 से M4 अगर बिट्स मेरे अगर ये है क्या है 1 0 0 0 0, तो आई एम इन यूजर मोड. तो आपको ये सब बाय हार्ट करना है. यू हैव टू नो दिस कि अगर मेरा ये जो मोड दिख रहा है, अगर ये मोड पे मेरे 1 0 0 0 है तो आई एम इन यूजर मोड. Okay, other example, if my modes are these bits are 1 0 0 0 1, 1 0 0 0 1, then I am in which mode? I am in FIQ mode. Okay, and for example 1 0 0 1 0, अगर ये बिट्स यहाँ पे दिख रहे हैं 1 0 0 1 0, then you are in IRQ mode. You are in IRQ mode. Okay, so I have given you only 3 modes. यूजर मोड में है तो ये आपके बिट्स ये रहने चाहिए. अब यूजर मोड में है तो आपके बिट्स ये होने चाहिए. आप अगर FIQ मोड में है तो आपके मोड के बिट्स ये होने चाहिए. अगर आप IRQ मोड में है तो आपकी बिट्स ये होनी चाहिए, आपके बिट्स ये होनी चाहिए। ओके, आई हैव गिवन यू 3 एग्जांपल। सिमिलरली हमारे पास कितने मोड्स है? 7 मोड्स है। तो आपको पूरे 7 के 7 मोड्स के ये मोड कौन सा बिट्स रहेंगे, यू हैव टू बाय हार्ट, you have to buy. Okay, I have just given you three examples. I will show you the other bits for the respective modes so that you will be able to know कि अगर ये बीट है तो हम कौन से मोड में, अगर ये बीट है तो हम कौन से मोड में। Okay, so what I have explained you just now, I have explained you about this particular lower 5 bits, that is 0 to 4, 0 to 4. So they are called as mode bits. Okay, come to the next part, bit number 5, bit number 5, वहां पे क्या लिखा है? T लिखा है। ओके, दैट इज अ थंब स्टेट। मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया था, योर ARM7 TDMI वर्जन, your ARM7 TDMI version will have can be under the arm or it can be under the thumb. If you are under the arm, then you are working with 32 bit of instruction, and if you are in the thumb, you are working with how many? 16 bit of instruction. Okay, so that will be indicated by this. So when this T is equals to 1, it implies you are working under thumb state, you are working under 16 bit of instruction state. And when this bit is 0, it implies that you are in the arm state, you are working under 32 bit of instruction set. Okay, so that bit will just give you an indication कि हम कौन से स्टेट में काम कर रहे हैं, हम थंब स्टेट में काम कर रहे हैं या फिर हम आर्म स्टेट में काम कर रहे हैं। ओके, तो थंब स्टेट में अगर हम काम कर रहे हैं तो इट इज अ 16 बिट इंस्ट्रक्शन सेट, अगर हम आर्म स्टेट में काम कर रहे हैं तो इट इज 32 बिट ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन। ओके, कम टू द नेक्स्ट बिट, दैट इज बिट नंबर 6। तो अगर FIQ फास्ट इंटरप्ट को मुझे अगर डिसेबल करना है, ओके, मुझे अगर डिसेबल करना है, ओके, सो इन दैट केस व्हाट वी विल डू, in that case this bit will be 1. okay, this bit will be 1. तो अगर आपका 6 bit 1 है, that means अगर फास्ट इंटरप्ट आ रहा है तो हम उसको डिसेबल कर रहे हैं। आई एम नॉट entertaining that fast interrupt, I am not entertaining that fast interrupt. Okay, so I am disabling it. Similarly, if I want to disable IRQ, then in that case this 7 bit will be 1, otherwise it will be 0. So when it is 0, it implies I cannot disable my IRQ. If there is an IRQ interrupt, I have to give service. Similarly, if this bit is 0, that means I can't disable FIQ. If there is an FIQ or there is a fast interrupt, I have to give service. Okay, that implies the meaning of that. Okay, तो हमने देखे control bits, ये सब control bits, these are all control bits. Okay, now we will see the other part of the bits. Okay, अभी हम देखेंगे the other part of the bits. Now these bits, if you see on the other side, ये तो हमने बताया था कि ये है कंट्रोल बिट्स, और ये कौन से बिट्स है? ऑल टुगेदर these bits are called as condition code flags. This is called as condition code flags. These are condition code flags. Okay. So when you talk about this condition code flag, actually हमको ये चार ही important है, NZCV, ये चार ही important है, NZCV. Okay, but you can have one more additional part that is not important, that is called as a sticky overflow, but I'm not going to explain you about it, won't be asked in the exam. Okay, but if that is additional part, you can have the knowledge of that. Okay, so what I mean to say that this bit number 0 से लेके bit number 8, they are called as the control bits all together, and bit number 27 से लेके bit number 31, they are called as condition code flags. Okay, so we will see one by one. We will see the MSB bit, that is N. N stands for negative. नाउ जो हमने 8051 में पढ़ा था वही है. अगर if I'm doing some operation and if the result comes to be negative, if the result comes to be negative, in that case this bit will be set as 1. This bit will set as 1. अगर result negative नहीं आ रहा है तो this bit will be set as 0. As simple as it is. Similarly, अगर result आ रहा है, if I am getting the result as a 0, if I'm doing some operation in ALU and if I'm getting the result as 0, that in that case this bit will be set as 1. और अगर रिजल्ट नॉन जीरो आ रहा है तो दिस बिट विल बी सेट एज जीरो. एज सिंपल एज इट इज. सिमिलरली, if I'm doing some addition and if carry is generated, if I'm doing some addition and if carry is generated, this carry bit will be set as 1. Okay, same thing applies for the subtraction also. अगर हम subtraction कर रहे हैं और borrow generate हो रहा है तो that time this also bit will be set as 1, depending upon whether you are handling with addition or are you handling with subtraction. Okay, so depending upon carry or borrow will be generated and that bit will be set as 1 or 0. Otherwise this bit will be set as 0. Okay, and the last one is overflow. The same concept which we are studying in 8051. अगर अगर हम कुछ ऑपरेशन कर रहे हैं उसमें अगर ओवरफ्लो हो रहा है, ओवरफ्लो इसका मतलब क्या है? See, you know that the data size is of 32 bit, लेकिन 32 बिट को अगर मैं कुछ ऑपरेशन कर रहा हूँ और 32 बिट में से एक्स्ट्रा बिट जनरेट हो रहा है, 33rd बिट या 34th बिट, देन इट इज कॉल्ड एज ओवरफ्लो. ओके, तो जब कभी ओवरफ्लो होता है तो दिस बिट विल बी सेट एज 1, और अगर ओवरफ्लो नहीं हो रहा है तो दिस बिट विल बी सेट एज 0. ओके, so what does it mean now? It means that these are all reflection of your results. This is all reflection of your result, whether the result is negative or positive, whether the result is 0 or non-zero, whether the result generates the carry or borrow, or if the result is having overflow, that is from 32 bit to 33rd bit. Okay, so that is indicated by this conditional code flags. So these are nothing but the flags. Okay, so we are not going to the sticky overflow. Okay, we are not going to understand with the sticky overflow. Just try to understand this particular bit is given by Q, and that is called as a sticky overflow. Okay, for your knowledge. And the important thing is that only these bits, lower bits and higher bits are used. These all in between bits are reserved. They are not defined, or they are reserved for future purpose. They are reserved for the future purpose. Okay, or in simple way you can say all these bits are 0. All these bits are 0. Okay, because they are not used. They are not used. Okay, so I have explained you each and everything about the CPSR. CPSR बोलो, SPSR बोलो, या फिर प्रोग्राम स्टेटस रजिस्टर इन जनरल बोलो, फॉर्मेट यही है. ओके, करंट प्रोग्राम स्टेटस का मतलब है कि मैं जिस मोड में हूँ उसका करंट प्रोग्राम स्टेटस रजिस्टर, और मैं जिस मोड से दूसरे मोड पे जा रहा हूँ तो करंट प्रोग्राम स्टेटस रजिस्टर को मुझे कहीं ना कहीं सेव करना है, तब मैं कहाँ सेव करता हूँ? सेव्ड प्रोग्राम स्टेटस रजिस्टर में सेव करता हूँ. अदरवाइज द फॉर्मेट रिमेन्स द सेम. देयर इज नो चेंज. फॉर्मेट रिमेन्स द सेम. ओके, इज इट क्लियर टू एवरीवन? Shall we proceed further? Someone has to acknowledge.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is about the format of CPSR. Mostly the questions are asked on this. So please by heart this format and understand each significance of each and every bit. Okay, we will proceed further now. Okay, come to this slide now. This is also important. So this talks about ARM state. This talks about thumb state. And this talks about Jazil state. Okay, now Jazil state will be available for higher version of ARM. Okay, but as we are dealing with ARM 7 TDMI. This is a particular, version of ARM which we have in our syllabus, or you can say simply ARM7. ARM7. ARM7 बोलो या फिर ARM7 TDMI बोलो, both are the same. And this is we are interested in this particular version because this is in our syllabus. So for this particular version, we can only have ARM state or you can have thumb state. We do not have this, but for our knowledge, we will be understanding Zazila state. So nothing more to understand about the Zazila state. We will see only ARM and thumb. Okay. So I will just read out. Already I have explained you this. Okay. I already have explained you this. So see here now, when the processor is executing in ARM state, all instructions are 32-bit wide. All instructions must be word aligned. Okay, word aligned. I already have told you. Word, half word, and byte. Word 32-bit. Half word is 16-bit, and your byte is your 8 bits. Okay, so all instructions must be word aligned. Okay, it should be word aligned. Therefore, the PC value is stored in bits. Here, the PC value is stored in bits 2 to 31 with bits 1, 0 undefined. Okay, मैंने आपको जो बताया था, that is not the MSB 2 bits. ये नहीं है. Actually, this is lower 2 bits, 0 and 1, and then from 2 to 31, 2 to 31. So 2 to 31 is used, and 0 to 1 is undefined. I want everyone to make the correction here now. मैंने आपको MSB का बताया था. It is not MSB, it is LSB. So LSB का 0th bit and 1 bit is undefined. I'm talking about program counter, TC. And 2 से लेके जो 31 है, actually these are the bits which is stored or which is used as far as program counter is concerned. Okay, तो यहाँ पे वही लिखा है. Therefore, the program counter value is stored in bits 2 to 31 with bits 1 to 0 undefined, as instruction cannot be half word or byte aligned. Okay, so that's why I have to consider this particular 2 to 31 bits where 1 to 0 are undefined. That is the meaning here. Okay, so this is about the ARM state. What do you mean by thumb state? All instructions are 16-bit wide. This 32-bit is compressed into 16-bit. ये मैंने सब पहले ले चुका हूँ. Okay, ये करने से क्या होगा? Code density will increase. Code density will increase. Okay, all instructions must be half word aligned. यहाँ पे word aligned था, यहाँ पे half word aligned है. Therefore, the PC value is stored in bits 1 to 31 with bit number 0. ये जो सिनारियो है ये ARM के लिए है. थंब के लिए सिनारियो क्या है? थंब के लिए सिनारियो है कि 0th bit जो है that is undefined, और 1 से लेके जो 31 है, 1 से लेके जो 31 है, they are used to store the bits in PC value. Okay, okay. So this is the third important part. And then what is the Zazila state? All instructions are in 8-bit wide. Okay, so 32 से 16, 16 से 8. The processor performs a word access to read 4 instructions at once. क्योंकि ये 8-bit का इंस्ट्रक्शन होता है मेरा, 8-bit का. ओके, 8-bit का अगर इंस्ट्रक्शन है तो आई कैन हैव 4 इंस्ट्रक्शंस एट वंस. आई कैन हैव 4 इंस्ट्रक्शंस एट वंस. एक इंस्ट्रक्शन 8 बाइट का, दूसरा इंस्ट्रक्शन 8 बाइट का, तीसरा 8 बाइट का, चौथा 8 बाइट का, टुगेदर 32 बिट. टुगेदर 32 बिट. मेरा रजिस्टर की साइज 32 बिट है, तो वो अगर मैं जैजिल स्टेट में 8 बिट में कर रहा हूँ तो आई कुड हैव I could read 4 instructions at once, where one instruction is of 8 bits. So similarly, I could read 4 instructions at once. That is the meaning. Okay, I would read 4 instructions at once. Is it clear to everyone? So this is about the ARM state, thumb state. और मैंने आपको बताया था कि ARM state में अगर है तो आपका जो वो कंट्रोल बीट का जो बीट है, टी वाला बीट, वो टी वाला बीट 1 होता है. तो टी वाला बीट अगर 1 है तो हम कौन से स्टेट में काम कर रहे हैं? थंब स्टेट में. और अगर वो टी वाला बीट अगर 0 है तो हम कौन से स्टेट में काम कर रहे हैं? हम आर्म स्टेट में काम कर रहे हैं. तो हम 32 बिट इंस्ट्रक्शन वाइड में काम कर रहे हैं. Okay, that is the main. Okay, so we will proceed further. Okay, 5 minutes are left. I can see the next part. Okay, this is already I have explained you. I will just read out. R13 stack pointer. R13 is normally identified as stack pointer in thumb instruction. R14 is a link register. R14 is used as a subroutine link register. Register R14 receives the return address. Okay, R14 में return address होता है कि सबरूटीन प्रोग्राम में इंस्ट्रक्शन एग्जीक्यूट होने के बाद मुझे मेन प्रोग्राम के कौन से मेमोरी एड्रेस लोकेशन पे जाना है, तो वो रिटर्न एड्रेस R14 पे होता है, इसलिए उसको लिंक रजिस्टर कहा जाता है. ओके, एंड R14 एज अ जनरल पर्पस रजिस्टर एट ऑल अदर टाइम्स. so this is a even though R14 is a special, we can treat as a general purpose. Yes, I think okay, so okay, when is the lecture of Chintan sir? I think it is at 2:20 na. Please check the timetable, let me know.
Yes, sir, at 2:20.
So as sir is not well, Chintan sir is not well, so I will be engaging that lecture. So that I would be able to complete the syllabus. So please be present at 2:20. Okay, and the agenda for the next lecture is that I will be talking about the ARM architecture. हमने ARM architecture नहीं पढ़ा है, हमने प्रोग्रामिंग मॉडल नहीं पढ़ा है ARM का. जैसे हमने 8051 में प्रोग्रामिंग मॉडल पढ़ा था, हमने फंक्शनल ब्लॉक डायग्राम पढ़ा था, या फिर हमने आर्किटेक्चरल ब्लॉक डायग्राम पढ़ा था 8051 में. वैसे ही हमको ARM का आर्किटेक्चरल ब्लॉक डायग्राम पढ़ना है, या फिर प्रोग्रामिंग मॉडल पढ़ना है, या फिर हमको ब्लॉक डायग्राम पढ़ना है, विच इज इन फ्रंट ऑफ योर स्क्रीन. तो ये दिस थिंग आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू इन द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर विच इज एट 2:20 PM. ओके, हम वो लेक्चर में ये सब ये पढ़ने वाले, एंड दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. This is very, very, very important. I don't want anyone to be absent at 2:20 lecture. Okay, ये सब मैं डिटेल में लेने वाला. Okay, and I will be asking you some important points to write down in the same lecture. Okay, क्योंकि अगर आप बाद में पढ़ोगे तो नहीं समझ में आएगा. I will be explaining you as well as I will be asking you to write down some important points. Okay, so please be present at the 2:20 lecture. So I can't proceed further. So I will freshly start with this particular topic of ARM architecture. Okay, any questions you have? Do you have any questions? किसी को कुछ क्वेरी है, कुछ डाउट है?
No, sir.
Okay, okay. अटेंडेंस हो गया क्या?
हाँ सर.
हो गया ना, ठीक है, ठीक है. So if you don't have any questions, you can leave and we will meet exactly at 2:20 PM. Okay, take care. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.